Wow, it's a rainy day today. I just got back from the studio, from the karate school. Just got done doing a private lesson. Um, yeah, really fun. I don't usually do private lessons anymore. I just don't have the time, but I love teaching. And I just took on this student just about a month ago, a little over a month ago. But yeah, great. I love training him. And I think what gave me that soft spot to take on another private student was just his enthusiasm. He really wanted to learn. And when you teach people for so many years like I have, it's good for everybody in some way. Everyone has different facets of the training that are more important to them. But when they have that desire and they're thirsty and they really want to learn, it means they have a reason to really want to do it. And I'm going to talk about that today. And that's the topic I want to bring up today. Is the most important is what you want, where you're going. When it comes to people like that, I get a soft spot, and gives me an opportunity to go down and play with some people and work out with them and teach them some stuff. In this case, self-defense moves. Keep themselves safe and their families safe. So very cool. And I just got back, so I got to get this video in today. And what I want to do today was I wanted to share a topic. When any time that a business owner or business leader wants to work with me and help develop that dream team so that they can have their dream lifestyle, because you need a dream team to have a dream lifestyle if you don't want to work all the time. So if you want to work 80 hours a week, then maybe that's your dream life. I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do, but I don't want to do it every day, all day, because there is a difference between teaching others and then doing it for yourself. But either way, the topic I wanted to go over today was the most important one. So when people, when business owners come up to me or business leaders come up to me and they say, look, how do I get a good company culture, a good employee culture? I want a high performing team. I want everyone performing at their best. I don't want to babysit them. I don't want to micromanage them. It's like I got to put out fires all day long. I can't get anything done. And you hear the old, I want to work on my business, not in my business. That's the truth. Most owners and leaders that have been in it for a while, they get to a point where they have sacrificed other parts of their life and they want more freedom. And maybe it's to create new things like me. I've developed a dream team for my martial arts school, which allows me now to pursue this big goal that I have, launching that platform next year, which is a big goal. And some of it's uncharted territory for me. But I have to use what I'm about to introduce to you. And what it is where are you going? What do you want? And the reason why a lot of people don't achieve what they want, they get ideas or what have you, is they're always thinking about how do I achieve it? Oh, there's no way I can do that. How do I achieve it? And that's because that's backwards. That's going to create procrastination. They're going to try to get everything in place before they even pull the trigger and go for it. And just most likely it's not going to happen. You got to know where you want to go. What do you want to happen? Then the how, and I know I've talked about this before, the how will present itself in different opportunities in weird serendipity type of ways. Like, whoa, things will happen, things will pop up. You'll get something in the mail, or you'll see something pop up on your phone or on TV, or someone will mention something. It's just kind of wild. It's actually exciting when you focus on what you want. The how will come to you. Trust me. Now, in order to do that, and so there's a saying I have, and I've done a lot of research and read a lot of the old time awesome legendary classics such as Think and Grow Rich and Napoleon Hill and those kinds of books. And one of the things that really sticks in my head is see it, and this isn't exactly like Napoleon Hill, but see it, believe it, achieve it, in that order. So when a business owner comes to me and says, fix my team, how do I hire the right people? How do I get people to work at the highest level? I'm going to say, well, the first thing we got to do is we have to work on you. You are the leader. You have to lead by example. It's one of my characteristics of being an effective leader, lead by example. It's like children. You say, oh, do as I say, not as I do. It doesn't work that way. And take it from me, I've taught children for over 30 years. If you want the best results, the best way is they're copying machines, and they're going to copy what you do. So if you tell them not to do this and then you go and do it, Well, don't be surprised when they start doing it. What are you going to do? Scream at them for doing what you do? It's the same thing with employees. And that's how you're going to get disgruntled employees, and certainly not performing at their highest. So what do you want? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work with the business owner or whoever the business leader is in this case. I'm going to start with them. What do you want? What is your personal goals? Let's work on you first. What, as a person, if you're the founder of a company, the CEO of a company, what have you, what do you want for your dream lifestyle? So let's look at your personal vision, not your company's, but your personal vision 3 to 5 years down the road. Where do you want to be? What do you want your life to be? And once again, as soon as I introduce that, people will start thinking and fantasizing, and then all of a sudden they go back to, boom, it kicks in. But that's impossible. Oh, that will never happen. That can't happen. And because they're thinking of how, because they don't know the how. Don't worry about that. The first thing you need to do to open up those opportunities coming at you, that law of attraction, is to know, where do you want to be 3 to 5 years? What is your personal vision? Not your company vision, your personal vision. What is your dream lifestyle? What is your dream life? What does that consist of? All right. And then you can literally, whether you take a worksheet or write it out or type it out. I like writing things out just for the sake, it makes me think more about it. I want to, what would my perfect day be 3 years from now? Do I have an alarm clock or not an alarm clock? Do I want to work with a bunch of employees, or do I want to be by myself sitting on a porch somewhere in a beautiful dream home, or what have you, or on the beach or anywhere? What do you want? And that's important. Now, once you get your dream lifestyle, that's where you want to be going. You actually picture yourself, visualize yourself. What kind of person would you have to be in order to live that dream lifestyle? Now, of course, you're not going to be the same person totally. I mean, you're not going to change your, who you are as a person, but you're going to have to change your thoughts. You're going to have to change your actions, and then that will change the results. So if your dream life is living in a lake house, I really love that. If your dream life 5 years from now is living in your dream home, on a lake somewhere, and wow, and you have family visiting you and friends visiting you, and you got this beautiful home, whatever that may be to you, and you want to fish when you want to fish, you want to go boating when you want to go water skiing, whatever you want to do, but you want nature, whatever it is. If that's what you want to be, picture that. What would it be like? Do you get up early in the morning because you go to bed late at night? A lot of people go to bed late at night because they just don't want to get up the next day and then do the same thing they did last time. And unfortunately, that's what most people do. The majority of people are going to do that, the hamster wheel, year after year after year, until all of a sudden they can't work anymore, but yet they still need the income. If you want to have that dream life, you have to have somebody doing the work for you. Somehow you got to still make money. And so the first thing I would do is, working with a founder, an owner, or a business leader, say, what is your dream life? What is your future self? It's still you, but what would they be like? What would their day be like? And the more visual, the more mental imagery you get with that, the more you're going to feel it. And when you feel it, it starts resonating you, and it just stays in there, and it stays in there. And you can see how that starts opening up your mind to take in potential opportunities that could give you what you want and give you the how. But the how will not come if you just constantly how am I going to just study this, read this? Take it from me. I read tons of books, and sometimes, and a lot of times, that will create procrastination in someone, because it's never enough energy. There comes a time where you just gotta start the best you can. Prep yourself as best as possible, because everyone's caught in the ready, aim, fire. Well, a lot of successful people will tell you, it's kind of like ready, prepare yourself, fire, and then keep working on the targeting, keep working on the aim as you're firing. But when you get caught in the ready, aim, most people just don't fire. They're too busy trying to aim and get it perfect. So first thing I would do is I would start with the mindset of the individual, and really give them a quick win. Wow, wouldn't that be awesome when this starts happening, when you're living in that home, in that country, or in that part of the country, with these people, and doing what you want to do in this, and actually obviously creating income that you love doing. You're working when you want, with who you want, how you want, why you want. You don't have all that those rules that you had before that. And certainly not babysitting, micromanaging your people, and then still working, 50, 60 hours a week. So once you can see it and say, wow, this is possible, this is what's possible, this is the end of the rainbow, so to speak, then you can start thinking, well, we got to get you to believe it. We got to believe it. Because as soon as you start seeing it, you're going to, wow, that would be awesome. That would be awesome, but that will never happen. And then I see it so many times, all the limited beliefs start coming in. Well, yeah, you can dream all you want. It's never going to happen. And everybody goes through this. And that's why most people never actually achieve it. So how do you believe it? How can you believe it? Well, that's when we have to, number one, what I really like to work on is the growth mindset. And you may have heard that term and read a little bit about it, but not really bought into it. A growth mindset starts with, obviously a growth mindset just means that pretty much anything realistically is possible. Now let's be realistic. If you're 5 foot tall and you're 50 years old and you've always dreamt about being in the NBA, let's be realistic. You're 5 foot tall, you're 50 years old. NBA is really probably not part of your future. Okay. All right. So, but that being said, the growth mindset has a belief system, a mindset that we all have the ability to learn new things, learn what we want. And we may learn how to delegate or learn how to bring other people into our system that's going to help us achieve these goals. But anything is possible. So when you say, hey, where there's a will, there's a way, that's like a growth mindset. Where there's a will, there's a way. As soon as you cut it off and say, nope, that'll never happen. No, that person's dumb as a rock. They'll never be able to do that. And you start having these biases and these limited beliefs, well, then you're never going to achieve what you want because you have a fixed mindset. It's fixed, stubborn. You talk to some people, and, the old man, stubborn, this is the way it is. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's a fixed mindset. And you may see yourself having that mindset. So if I was working with you, the first thing I would do is, okay, tell me your dream life. What is your dream life? Because you got to have something to look for, something you're shooting for. Don't worry about the how. Then from there, we would create and introduce the growth mindset. All right. First thing is, how can we become more aware of our mindset? Is it growth oriented or is it fixed? Meaning it's not going to change. If it's not going to change, if you want things to change on the outside around you, you have to start by changing the things on the inside first. Otherwise, you may fake it for a while. You may pretend to be this new boss. You may pretend to be all this and really work. But if you don't really believe it inside, then it's gonna burn out, and people will know if you're a faker or not. Okay, and nobody likes to be manipulated, especially your employees, because of your own, whatever your own personal goals are. But if you believe it, you believe and say, look it, all right, I'm going to take this growth mindset. I'm going to be aware of this growth mindset. The first thing is awareness. Every time I think of a limited belief, when I go, oh yeah, I can go. No, I can't do that. Boom, be aware. You got to stop yourself, almost like you have the two little things on your shoulder. One that says, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. The other one says, no, you can't, you're not smart enough. You don't have enough time. You're not in shape enough. You can't do this. You can't, you got to pick and choose which one. I'm going to listen to this one. So the first step is to be aware of every time a limited belief or some sort of bias that you have based on past experiences, because that's the way it's always been. Doesn't have to be that way in the future. And if you want your dream life and you don't have it now, well, that's never going to happen by magic. You need to make changes. Starts within your head and your mindset. And, everyone hears mindset. But really, it doesn't have to be boring. It can be really fun and exciting and actually create hope in you. Like, yes, this is possible, no matter what your age is. I look back at my past and all over 30 years of teaching and dedicating my life to others. And it is self-serving in a sense that I love what I do. I love helping other people. I love the training. I love the fact that I get to actually kind of like work out as I'm working for the last 30 years. I look at people I've gone to school with that, don't do that. And I look at, we're all the same age, but yet, whoa, because they didn't have that opportunity to work out or train every day as part of their job because they're too busy making a living to support themselves and their family. I get it. I created that for myself though. I had to work and I did sacrifice. There's a lot of things that, I didn't do or wasn't able to do or wasn't able to pay for or buy because of what I've decided I want to do. And that's fine. But that all leads up to where I am today. And I certainly wouldn't be launching some big job recruiting platform that's going to help, businesses, especially small businesses, as well as people in general that will never be business owners, but yet still are awesome people that want to work hard and have pride in their work and, and want to support their family and feel great about their work. That's what we're building here. So we have to believe it starts with awareness. Then once you get the awareness of the limited beliefs that you have to stop taking in, then you have to give them a new perspective. You have to reframe them. Look for the silver lining. So there's so many of these great sayings. They come from somewhere. So you have to look for the silver lining. One thing I heard, I heard it from the famous Tony Robbins, but the personal development guru. I didn't call him motivational because he's much more than just a cheerleader. Obviously, he has a science behind what he does. But that being said, huge fan, and he's changed so many people's lives, their mindset. But anyways, we need to reframe that. We have to look at the silver lining. We have to say, instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Why does this always happen to me? You ever hear people, you ever do that yourself? You always say, I'm having such a bad day. You're telling someone, I'm having such a bad day. Why do these bad things always happen to me? Well, what you're literally doing is attracting more of it. When you ask your mind why something bad is happening, it's going to give you the answer, and it's going to keep giving you that answer. I know it might sound weird for some of you, but why not ask it questions like, why is this happening for me instead of to me? Why is this happening for me? Why did this happen that I don't enjoy right now? Why was that happening for me? And then look for the silver lining and learn from it. All right? Look at guys, this stuff works. I'm telling you, it works. There's so many times where I felt like there's no way. And then it does, it happens. So why is this happening for me? So you start with an awareness, then you can change the perspective of what is happening. Change the perspective. Then once you change and reframe what is happening, then you can take more action. So you got to change your thoughts before you can change your actions. And actions are what manifest reality. You can't just wish and hope and reframe and, and look at the silver lining and think good things are going to automatically happen. You actually have to create action. You have to take action to change things in the real world. Okay. So then people say, well, yeah, I understand that. I get all that, but I don't know if I can do it. You don't understand it. So then I would go over some confidence building and, even little small victories. One thing I like to do, look at guys, like my self-defense that I teach, simple stuff works. The fancy stuff, it'll fade out and fizzle away before you get to the end probably. But the simple stuff, the short, fast wins work. I'm telling you, they work. All right? You need to feel victory, competence. You need to feel like you're growing, you're getting better at it, you're getting closer to your dream life in this case. That will create confidence. And then the confidence will keep you motivated to keep driving towards it. That's what I'm trying to do every day, towards my goal of the launch next year. I'm trying to somehow every day create some sort of victories, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4 victories, doing workshops for people, talking to certain people, getting out there, doing video, YouTube videos, whatever it is to help grow this. And, I may not see any type of growth above ground right now. I see maybe a little bit sprouting up, but I do know by consistently working at it and focusing on my what, the how will consistently create the roots underneath the ground that I don't even see yet. And all of a sudden, boom, like the Chinese bamboo tree, right? The story. And all of a sudden, boom, it's going to shoot up. And that's what's going to happen next year. I know it. Okay. And I want you to know that you can do the same thing. So we'll do some confidence building every day. Try to create some sort of competence where you feel you took one step, even a little one. If you said, I'm going to get in shape today, I'm going to start getting in shape. New Year's is around the corner. I want to get in better shape. I feel out of shape. I don't feel healthy. I want to be around for my kids and my grandkids, whatever it may be. Don't sit there and say, okay, I'm going to go to the gym for an hour and a half. You just started out. You may go and do 5 push-ups on the side of your bed when you woke up, that morning. 5. It was 5 more than you did the day before. That's a victory. Seriously, it's a victory. Then you got to ask yourself, what can I do to feel more victory? Maybe I'll do 10. Oh, I'll do 5 push-ups and 10 crunches. Whatever it may be, go for the small wins, because small wins will lead up to the big wins. You can't just hit those big wins. Very rarely are you going to hit that home run first swing, all right? And that will help build your confidence. Competence creates confidence, creates motivation, equals success. And then once you get that going, you can add in some of the affirmations, some of the self-talk, the positive self-talk to keep you self-motivated. It's not rah-rah cheerleader stuff. It's a way to change your thoughts, Thoughts will change your actions will change your results in the real world, okay? And then, of course, you want to make sure you're always aware of your core values. You're not going to sit there and screw someone else to get what you want. You shouldn't. All right, that's not the way I roll, and you don't have to, okay? All right, so you may, you got to make sure those core values are there. What are your values as a person? What's your moral code? What do you feel that you can do or what you should never do? And that's going to be important, especially if you're a business leader, because what we're doing here is just setting a foundation, okay? And that's the first way I would work with someone. I'm not going to sit there like the old story. I'm not going to sit, and I'm a huge fan of analogies and stuff, if you haven't noticed already, because you'll remember these much better. But I can't pour more into your cup if it's already full. You got to empty your cup. So when I work with someone, and when you're doing this for yourself, if you're listening to me right now, you got to empty your cup, and before you can fill it with the new, more improved stuff that's going to create that dream life that you up until now have not been able to obtain. Okay, once you have that, and then hopefully it's some sort of personal purpose where it helps others. The more you help others, the more they're going to help you. And no one cares about you until they know how much you care about them first. That's just the way we work as humans, okay? That being said, from there, then once we have your personal purpose and your values and what you believe in and your dream life and your vision, 3, 4, 5 years from now, then you can start adding that to your company and create the company purpose, the company values, the company. Because if you're the founder, it starts with you, all right? So if you're a boss hole, the company's going to be, that kind of company. And don't be surprised when people aren't going to want to work for you, okay? And then what will happen is once you create your company values and your company purpose and your company vision, then you will start attracting people that align with that. That's when the awesome stuff. And that's when we start. That's the start of building a dream team. Not going out and trying to find that outlier superstar that you think wants to work for you and that you think is just going to turn your whole company around, okay? If you find one, great, good for you, but good luck. It starts with you. All right, so that's it for today, guys. Get on it. I'm going to get on it. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Subscribe to my channel. I got this going every day. I'm not going to break the chain. I hope you don't break the chain when you start towards your goals. And then I'll see you soon.